What I'm going to share today is the experiences we are going through. I'm not doing any conceptual talk. I am just sharing my experiences, my learning, what we have found while interacting with some of the organizations who are sitting in this room, some outside, some globally, in the AI space, and that is the buzzing word in any case. So that's what I'm going to do. But before I start, quick 2 seconds. How many of you know Intellect Design Arena Limited? Okay, one hand. So I will just take one quick 2-second update. Intellect has been in the market for 3.5 decades. If a name Polaris Software rings bell, that's what we started in 1993 as, which Polaris Software was predominantly an IT services organization which used to provide services around standard products and bespoke development. Well, we migrated from there to IP business almost 2 decades back. When we started our product business, we initially tried to balance this 2 different line of business under the same brand. But we thought about it will always be create a separate brand for products, and that's where Intellect Design Arena started. And as we grew, we thought about hiving out the services business separately, and we sold it out finally to Virtusa, and that's the genesis of Intellect. So quick, I thought I will give you a 2-second update of what Intellect is all about. Intellect has products, one of the richest products company based out of India. I personally feel very proud of, because when I talk about products, I generally go to US or I generally go to some other countries. Here is the company in India which has generated products across banking lines. That has been our forte. We have wholesale banking products, we have retail banking products, we have wealth, capital market, and we have in the AI, which I'm going to talk about. But we also have a connected commerce product line which not many people know, and that is where we are doing complete marketplace to payment, the whole connected commerce automation. So, you do a marketplace, you do price discovery, you do procurement, you do the vendor process, and you do the payments. The whole channel is what we are completely calling it as connected commerce. And we have great products in that particular space. That is our newest baby, by the way. So coming back to my topic, I hope this works. I thought about touching my learnings around this whole age which I am seeing changing every second. While we are spending half a day here in this room today, by the time we'll walk out, there will be some 15 new ML models published, 100 new LLM models published, some new AI innovation would happen. So what are we in? We are in a constant re-innovation or reimagination place. We are learning every time, every second something is happening. And I thought, how do you, in this space, architect the future? Because changing, technology-wise, we have been very confident about taking stable technologies. What has been our belief? Take the best, which is stable, being used by 1,000 companies across the world. AI is constantly being reimagined, so how do I do? So that's where I thought I will share my thoughts. But in the session today, and I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but we have GCCs all across, and I saw some great names. We also have, I'm going a little bold, we may have some current and potential customers for myself. But what we have is fellow travelers, and I know all of you travel a lot, okay? But we are all connected with a common ecosystem. And that ecosystem is about curiosity. That ecosystem is about sense of urgency. I want to do something, and I want to create an impact, and I want to do something different. But one of the curiosity which is hitting us big time is, what is the best approach for AI? What should I do? But what is happening is, there is so much of ambiguity. We are not able to take the right direction right now. But this ambiguity is filled with couple of thoughts which generally I hear from everyone, is about not to be felt that I'm being left out or I'm falling behind. Okay? It's fueled with AI is everywhere, but I'm not able to do anything in that space. So should I do something in that? I hear so much of my colleagues talking about AI, what I'm doing about it. And of course, how do you take a strategic direction on it? But what I've seen of late when I've spoken to all the AI leaders and IT leaders and business leaders is that everybody is in rush of doing something. Okay? Or everybody is in a rush of doing something with AI. But where it is landing them? It is landing them in pilots, which we call as a pilot paradox. And I will share some data in the next slide, which Gartner, McKinsey talk about. But in my personal experience of talking with leaders across the world, not many pilots have reached production. Why? That is because I think this build versus buy is a dialogue which is happening for, I think, since I've grown up. Okay, every year it has a different flavor, but it happens. Okay, and of course, people have attacked pilots without understanding what AI is. Okay, and hence that siloed approach is impacting them. This is just data. I had just, was doing a Google before coming to this event, and I said, what's the analyst talking about? So Gartner said by 2027, 40% of agentic AI projects will be cancelled. Okay. Well, Gen AI is everywhere except in company P&L is McKinsey report. Okay. More than 80% of companies still report no material contribution of earnings from their Gen AI initiative. Again, a McKinsey report. MIT reports 95% of generative AI pilots at companies are failing. Last one, over 4 in 10 businesses have scrapped at least one AI initiative in this year and up from 17% last year. So much is happening, but why is this hype? Or is this a hype or is this real? I have 3.5 decades of experience in IT. I can only say that not all technologies fail. Okay, there are some exceptions which will fail, but not all technologies fail. What fails is adoption. What fails is our reimagination. Okay. So if I personally believe that if you are doing anything or planning anything with AI, think about business impact first. Because till the time you are not connecting your AI with business impact, you are doing AI for hobby. And that hobby will be scrapped by yourself by one day. Nobody else. You yourself will scrap it. Because you will not have time and one day your budgets will run out. So till the time you are not connecting your AI to a business impact, it is not going to make sense for you. But if you have to deliver business impact, what is going to block you? On technical side, there will be infrastructure limitations. I have met I've been doing AI for last 7 years now. Okay. And I have met many prospects, customers, industry leaders, speakers across the world. At least 20% of them have said and come back, can you deploy AI on-premise in my data center? Well, I can do it. It will not work. Because there is an infrastructure limitation. Nobody is understanding it, but it will do. Okay? Integration complexities. Till the time you are not connecting your AI to your core data, core knowledge, which I will talk in subsequent slide, it's not going to work. And my simple example is in your respective industry, if you get into a problem state, who do you go to? You go to an expert? Why you go to that expert every time? Because that person has knowledge, that person has experience, has perspective, understand company processes, knows process and guidelines completely in and out, and hence can guide you how to do it. If you want AI to do it, what you will do? Just throw the data. It will not work. You have to throw the knowledge, you have to throw the experience, perspective, persona, everything you have to give to AI, only then AI can do something for you. Otherwise it will just say, oh, I can't help you. So that is where is the complexity which is hitting organizations. Of course, model reliability is there. Unpredictable cost, I will touch upon. The biggest one is siloed organizations. Within your organization, your data is not connected. You have siloed in different systems. That is one example. But when I say siloed, everybody was nodding their head, so you know exactly what I was talking to. Okay. The challenge in organization is entitlements, because we come for a paradigm that only certain people will have access to certain things. Now, if that is not deployed in AI, you cannot go live with it. And then the AI strategy has to be built in. Financially, I don't have to touch upon high investment, unclear business cases, and pilot trapped. Ethical, I don't want to touch upon. It's a governance model perspective, which is very important. Am I using right AI? Is my users using right AI? Okay. So, what is the fourfold, path for the right AI? And this is from our learnings. You need to have a right knowledge, and hence you need to have an enterprise knowledge garden. And why I chose a word called enterprise knowledge garden? Because garden has to be cultivated, harnessed. Garden has to be trimmed. Otherwise, you will not be able to manage it. That's the reason I've chosen a word called knowledge garden. I'm not using knowledge base. It becomes stale. I'm choosing knowledge garden. You need to bring the right expertise, which I touched upon previously. And for that, you need to have digital experts, not agents. Agentic AI is doing a great job. It is still siloing you down. So you need to talk about digital experts. Till the time you don't map the expertise, nothing can happen. You need to bring the right governance. And that means you need to have an enterprise governance. You need to define your policies, your guardrails as to how AI can be used and should be used, and define that in a platform. And of course, you need to have the capability to select the right LLM. Can you take a guess how many LLMs are there in the market today? Take a guess. 500. Great guess. Anybody else? One more guess. Good. At least we jumped from 500 to 40,000. 1.7 million LLMs are there in the market today. And by the time we will walk out, there will be another 500,000 coming out. That's the speed of innovation in this space. And hence, not all LLMs can solve your problem, because they are not mature enough to solve your problem till the time you know which LLM to select. Okay. I'm just going to zip through the slides because my time is up. But just touching upon what knowledge garden is, there are 7 concepts for it. You need to bring your implicit, tacit, and explicit knowledge together. You need to have the capability to bring all your document process designs into place over here. And of course, you need to talk about knowledge as a service. You have done a great job of being data as a service. Think about knowledge as a service now. That's the next shift you have to do. A lot of people have said my LLM costs are growing. If you have a right enterprise knowledge garden, I can guarantee your cost will come down. Okay. Hence you need to have knowledge architects, knowledge composers in an organization. And of course, you need to talk about enterprise GPT, which I can talk offline. Digital experts, talking about 3 different capabilities: atomic agent, which can solve one problem; molecular agents, which can solve two problems; and then you need a compound agent capability, which can solve multi problems. Okay. Purpose of agents are very clearly, everybody has read. This is available in the market today. But what you need is digital expert to marry your expertise on the operation floor. Till the time you don't marry, it will not be done. There are largely 2 communities in AI. One is builder, one is consumer. Don't make everybody builder. You will get into a mess. Everybody will start building agents. In 2 months, you will have 10,000 agents in the company. What they are doing, you will not know. So you need to have 10 builders, 100 consumers, or the numbers can go according to your organization. And of course, have the capability to publish those digital experts as an API so that you can consume in your core applications. Governance is about traceability and explainability. It's about how you bring your concept of workspaces so that you can bring your entitlements, and of course the LLM usage, and governance across all. Since we are a banking and financial services, so we monitor all the compliances happening across the world in the financial services world. LLM optimization, you need to have a capability to select the right model against 4 parameters: cost, accuracy, speed, and throughput. If you can manage, you can select the best LLM. And of course, CAST will help you to define a specific LLM for a particular use case. And if you're thinking about that you can build a platform yourself, please, I'm not going to talk about this slide takes at least 1 hour, but I'm just zipping through. This is what goes under the iceberg. If you are willing to look for a platform, you need to look for these capabilities. But you need to have a platform to deploy AI at scale if you're thinking about deploying in your organization. Thank you.